welcome to our 26th Annual National Service Learning Conference, More Powerful Together Kickoff webinar. We're glad you're joining us to hear more about the 2015 conference, as well as to hear about ways that you can be involved. The goals of this webinar is to give you an overview of the 2015 conference, as well as talking about upcoming deadlines and discussing ways that you can get involved in conference planning and how you can connect and stay connected with the conference community. So this webinar is being led by myself. I'm Tiffany Eckberg, the Conference and Events Manager here at NYLC, and this will be my 10th Service Learning Conference here at NYLC.
And my name's Amy Muirs. I'm the Marketing and Communications Director for NYLC, and this will be my 12th National Service Learning Conference.
And we also have Marcus Penny, our GSN Communications Associate and Webinar Guru here helping us as well. So if you could just take a second and introduce yourself in the chat box on the right-hand side of your screen, just with your name and your school and your state of where you are calling in from, and if you want to share how many other National Service Learning Conferences you've attended. Let's see. I see we have a few people on the call and a few names I recognize, so as you get a chance, just introduce yourself there on the right-hand side in the chat box if you'd like to.
Before we really delve into the National Service Learning Conference, I want to take a second to introduce you to the National Youth Leadership Council. We're a national nonprofit organization located in St. Paul, Minnesota. And for over 30 years, NYLC has transformed classrooms, empowered teachers, and captivated students by leading the way in providing high-quality service learning content to both in- and out-of-school programs. We work to accelerate student achievement by strengthening academic, civic, and character outcomes through service learning. Ultimately, NYLC strives for a world where all young people are valued and called upon to lead. All of our programs and services work towards our ultimate goal of creating a more peaceful, sustainable, and just world, not only for young people, but with young people. The National Service Learning Conference is a great example of an intergenerational work that we do as an organization, and this year's conference theme, More Powerful Together, is about bringing people together to share their voices. One voice trying to make positive change in the world can be heard by many, but when hundreds, even thousands of voices come together, they can be heard across the country and around the world. We are looking to make lasting impact change occur when our voices unite for More Powerful Together, which is the theme for the 26th Annual National Service Learning Conference. One of the powerful voices that's going to join us in Washington, D.C. Is from our co-host, United Way. We're really excited to have Megan Burka join us today, and I'm hoping Megan will be able to share her voice here and share a little bit about United Way and the role that they're going to play as co-host.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm a VISTA in the Volunteerism Department at United Way Worldwide in Alexandria, Virginia. Jeff Brady, our manager for volunteerism, sends his regrets that he's unable to join us tonight, but we at United Way are incredibly excited to be co-hosting the 2015 conference. Within the United Way network, there are 1,800 local United Ways that serve their communities. United Way strives to mobilize volunteers to drive impact on community issues, build the capacity for effective volunteering, and connect people with opportunities to serve. It's clear that this conference gathers some of the most inspiring and motivated people in this country together, and we are thrilled that our network will be connected to this energy.
Thanks, Megan. NYLC and United Way are very excited to be headed to D.C. for the 26th National Service Learning Conference, and it's a great opportunity to not only attend the largest service learning conference in the world, but also connect with elected officials and visit our nation's capital. The team's working on some great programming for the event, and Tiffany is going to fill us all in on what is in the works.
Thank you. So like Amy mentioned, this is our 26th conference and our second time in Washington, D.C. We've convened all over the United States for the past 25 years and are glad to be back in DC again. This conference brings together young people, educators, administrators, nonprofit organizations, corporations, higher ed institutions, and policymakers who believe in the power of young people, service, and service learning. The conference's multiple-day concurrent session format offers a self-directed, facilitated learning environment with education sessions, discussion groups, and interactive workshops designed specifically for all levels of attendees engaged in service learning, service, and youth development. Some of our past speakers have included Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, as well as his daughter Naomi Tutu. Last year we had the Secretary of Education Arnie Duncan speak. In the past we've had Holocaust survivor Gerda Wiseman Klein speak, former President Bill Clinton, as well as many notable young people, including Julia Sewell, a hip-hop artist and advocate, the Poetry Project, a poetry slam group, and Cassandra Lynn, a current high school student and also the founder of Project Turn Grease into Fuel. Young people not only attend this conference, they also play a critical role in the planning and delivery of this incredible event. Young people submit and present workshop proposals, serve on planning committees, serve as youth MCs, advocate on the Hill during Capitol Hill Day, receive awards for outstanding service and leadership, and deliver keynote addresses from our plenary stage. In fact, young people make up over 40% of our attendees. As you can see from last year's conference data, we had over 1,400 total attendees, and 42% of them are what we consider students. So most of those are high school students, but also includes college students and middle school students, as well as a handful of elementary school students. Our international attendance is growing, with, as you can see from the chart, with over 7% of our attendees from outside the U.S. Last year, 14 countries were represented, including large contingencies from Taiwan, Canada, Qatar, and Hong Kong. One group that we do a lot of work with for many years with the National Service Learning Conference is the group from the New Foundations Charter School out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and they created a video for us that is a great representation of the conference vibe, excitement, and programming from last year. Let's take a look. So a huge shout out to New Foundations Charter School in Philly for creating that video for us. And as you can see, it kind of highlighted a lot of the pieces that the conference encompasses. So I'm going to speak a little bit on the programming for this year, what things might be similar to past years and some things that are new for us this year. So like I mentioned, the conference will bring together about 1,500 youth and adults from across the country and around the world for 3 days of learning, inspiration, and connection. The conference kicks off on Thursday, April 9th at 9 a.m. with pre-conference session offerings. Thursday afternoon will be the opening plenary session, followed by a welcome celebration and the exhibit hall grand opening. Various evening receptions will be hosted that evening as well. Friday is our full day of professional development opportunities, including both 60-minute and 30-minute workshop offerings and a designated time at the showcase. Saturday starts with a seated awards breakfast for all of the attendees, followed by 2 more workshop sessions ending at noon, giving attendees the opportunity to use the afternoon to take in the sights and scenes of Washington, D.C. Our entire schedule at a glance is posted online on the conference website under schedule, so feel free to check that out after the webinar for a breakdown of timing of events over Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So starting on Thursday, we have some pre-conference offerings, which are also listed online. Those will run from Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and some carry additional fees. Our current lineup includes the Capitol Hill Day, which here's a picture of our group that went last year, and you saw it in the video. NYLC will support the Capitol Hill Day participants with materials, resources, and webinars to help secure meetings, prepare for your visit, how to make the most of your time with your member of Congress, and best practices for after your visit. Some of our other offerings is a pre-con called Open Spaces, Proving More Powerful Together. It's an opportunity for, based on the belief that everyone has something to offer. So this professional development format will put attendees into the driver's seat, you set the agenda, come ready to share what you know about service learning, be surprised, and discover something new. And the other pre-cons that are also will be happening is an opportunity for students to go on a DC university and college tours. We are currently communicating with 3 of the universities there in DC to set up site tours for our students. Another one is the UPS Road Code, hosted by UPS. This is also for students. They'll be discussing driving safety and using driving simulators in the workshop room, and they will all leave with a certificate of completion. And lastly, the other pre-con that we're hosting is the Service Learning World Forum, where you can discover how service learning is implemented from Ireland to Argentina to the Middle East. Hear from innovative youth leaders who are addressing the world's most urgent global issues. If you work internationally or are interested in expanding your programs globally, that's a great pre-con choice for you.
And each year, I have the fun job, this is Amy, of programming the plenary sessions or keynote addresses, however you like to refer to them. We call them plenary sessions. We are working hard to secure speakers for the 2015 conference. Last year, we had the great privilege to hear from 4 U.S. secretaries. We had the Secretary of Education, Labor, Transportation, and the Interior. As you saw from the video, and I believe Tiffany mentioned earlier, we heard from the first woman to sit on the Supreme Court, Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, along with Philippe Cousteau, the founder of Earth Echo and grandson of Jacques Cousteau, and Cassandra Lind, who is the founder of Turning Grease into Fuel. So we have a lot to live up to from our last year's conference, and we are still taking suggestions and or connections to someone, to folks who would be a great fit for our plenary stage. I'm going to, in just a little bit, talk about the GSN and where you can share your suggestions for those plenary speakers. But right now, not a lot to announce, but it is coming quickly. And but we're still taking suggestions, and we'd love to receive those from you all.
Another part of our conference is the exhibit hall called MPT Expo this year. Our exhibit hall is home to over 50 exhibitors, both booth and tabletop displays, as well as meal functions, the welcome celebration on Thursday evening, and our showcase of over 60 projects, which ensures great visibility and traffic to all of the folks who are in the exhibit hall. MPT Expo will open Thursday evening during the welcome celebration and will be open on Friday morning during breakfast and Friday 1:30 to 2:30 during the designated showcase time. And this is a slide of during our exhibit hall grand opening last year. This was a local DC school group, Positive Vibrations Youth Steel Orchestra. They came in and provided entertainment during our grand opening, and they laid down a good vibe, I guess. Positive vibes. Like I mentioned in the exhibit hall, we also will host the showcase. And this is our showcase from last year, which had 68 projects participating. The showcase is an opportunity for attendees, especially young people, to present on their project in a more informal setting. Showcase presenters create a tabletop display that is set up on Thursday and will stay up Thursday and Friday. There's a dedicated hour on Friday where showcase participants staff their showcase and attendees walk around and engage the presenters in conversations. It's a great opportunity for folks to get their feet wet presenting, as well as for attendees to see the incredible projects that are happening around the U.S. and the world. New this year is we are offering showcase participants 4 minutes on the exhibit hall stage to give mini presentations of their project, and we'll be selecting those during the showcase review process in the month of November. And I see some of our attendees actually have participated in the showcase too, so it's great to see that.
One of the other conference features are on-site projects. These offer attendees the opportunity to provide service without leaving the hotel. Last year, our projects touched on topics like urban farming, clean water, homeless children, and student achievement. Each project is different. From we were sewing dolls to creating literacy kits and gardening gear, and each project really helped make a positive impact.
Another opportunity at the conference are lots of networking opportunities. Some are scheduled opportunities, and some are very informal. It might just happen in a hallway at the hotel or in the lobby. There are evening receptions hosted by the conference, as well as other organizations who might host networking receptions. Both Thursday and Friday evenings have gatherings for youth in the youth room, which is what this is a picture of, which the youth room and evening activities in the youth room are coordinated by our youth committee, and there's times you can be laid back in the youth room. There's also organized games, activities, and almost always a dance party. So I'm sure that's on the docket for this year as well. Another opportunity we have are networking breakfasts, and this will be during Friday's breakfast. You can grab your breakfast and join one of the networking roundtables, which are tables with a proposed topic and a facilitator who will guide an informal conversation around that topic.
And then the heart of our conference are really our workshops. These are great professional development opportunities for youth and adults alike. Because our conference participants are diverse ages and come from diverse backgrounds, we offer a variety of flexible formats for sharing your best work and to help attendees gain the benefit of a wide range of presentation styles. Sessions will be selected in 2 of the following formats. We have Sharing Successes. These are 30-minute sessions that allow you to share successful project implementations and lessons learned through your own experiences. In these short focus sessions, you can discuss the outcomes of a project, present an effective method for overcoming barriers and achieving your goals, or share a novel way of teaching a fundamental skill such as facilitation, social networking, or integrating technology into a project. Engaged learning are 60-minute sessions that are designed to give you more time to explore a topic in depth using a variety of techniques. You can engage your audience in hands-on activities, simulations, facilitated panels, small group work, World Cafe-style conversations, or other active learning methods. And the call for proposals is up on our website right now. Everybody stop what you're doing and start filling out that application. They're due Friday, October 3rd at midnight Central Standard Time.
So that is the bulk of the programming at the conference, and behind all of this programming are our awesome committees, our conference committees. The committees play a critical role in helping support the programming and delivery of the conference. We rely on the support of local people and organizations to not only help get the word out about the conference, but to serve on a committee. So here you'll see the 3 committees that we are currently recruiting volunteers for. The 3 committees obviously are the Youth Committee, the Volunteer Service Corps, and the On-Site Project Committee. The Youth Committee is made up of young people and co-chaired by 2 young people. This committee takes on the responsibility of selecting workshops for the youth room, developing, carrying out, and leading activities in the youth room, and selecting youth MCs. The On-Site Project Committee already has a chair and is now looking for great ideas and great people to bring those on-site projects on-site. They're usually projects that attendees can stop by to participate in for 5 minutes or even up to 30 minutes and participate in meaningful service. Generally, the project supports a local organization. A lot of our project outcomes last year went back to organizations in the DC community. Lastly, the Volunteer Service Corps is our corps of on-site volunteers who do everything from helping move boxes, give directions, monitor workshop rooms, help with setup and tear down, and help staff registration. The committee members help support the committee chair to recruit volunteers, specifically volunteer groups who can commit to either a few hours or a day of volunteering at the conference. We will need volunteers starting on Wednesday all the way through Saturday afternoon. Most committees meet on the phone monthly, driven by the agenda of the committee chair, and the committee chairs keep in contact via email throughout the planning process. If you are interested in serving on one of these committees or are looking for more information, we have posted the sign-up on NYLC's Generator School Network, the GSN for short. We created a discussion group there which you can join and add your ideas as well as sign up, or at the end of the webinar or whenever, feel free to email me directly. This is Tiffany with questions. Amy will share about the GSN.
So the GSN is the place where we're collecting all of your wonderful conference ideas. So if you aren't a member, okay, stop filling out your call for proposals and now go to the GSN and join, because it's free, and that is where we want to get your input. That's where you can tell me who the greatest keynote speaker of all time would be and would make you register for the conference right today. So if you go into log into the GSN, if you're already a member, if you're not, like I say, it's free to join. And you go into our group, our conference group. It's called #MPT15, the 26th Annual National Service Learning Conference. You can find the group under Connect, and then you just look under all groups, and we're #1. So log on there and start sharing. So you can put sponsor suggestions, entertainment ideas, on-site project ideas, off-site service learning project ideas, organizations that we could reach out to about volunteering. Who should be there? Is there a school that you think we need to connect with who's never been and they should be there? Topical experts who could speak, potential exhibitors, things school groups should do while they're in DC. You know, it's a great place to share, hey, our group was thinking about doing this. Have you done, have you taken this tour? Have you visited this monument? Is it worth our group's time? Any thoughts or ideas? We want you to join the conversation, and we'll be online to respond, and hopefully others will join. Tiffany and I don't want to be the only one talking to each other on the GSN. So, like I say, get online and join the conversation there.
And just to remind everyone of upcoming deadlines, like I said, it takes a lot to bring all this programming together, so there's a lot of opportunities to get involved, whether it's presenting or submitting an application to be a youth MC or get a scholarship. So here you can see all of our upcoming deadlines, with obviously the first one coming up being the call for proposals due October 3rd. We have a few award applications, which can be found on the conference website, that are open, Youth MC applications, scholarship applications, and this year we are going back to rolling registration rates, and so if you register before December 31st, you will receive our current rate, and then after that the rates do go up, and our registration system is open online, and you can register online with a credit card. And we also have a discount for groups of 10 or more. It's 10% off your total registration fees, and you just need to register the whole group at one time. And even if you don't know the names of all the people in your group, but you do know you're bringing a group of 10 or more, there's directions on the registration page on how to go about that. You can do student 1, student 2, student 3. Just follow the directions or shoot us an email, and we'll help you make sure you get registered at the earlier rate and get that discount for groups of 10 or more. So that is an overview of what's all happening this year, deadlines, how to connect on the GSN. Does anyone have questions about More Powerful Together? If so, feel free to type in this chat box here on the right-hand side. We're just going to pause for a minute and see if anybody has any questions they want to ask now. Otherwise, Amy and I are both obviously willing and ready to answer any questions you have via email as well.
While we're waiting for your questions, I'd just like to advocate one more time, not only for folks to submit their workshop and showcase proposals with that October 3rd deadline, but also to really consider those practitioners and those young people that are really deserving of an award. They do get an all-expenses-paid trip to Washington, D.C.
For our conference.
As part of that award. So really take a moment and think about that wonderful teacher or that student group that is doing amazing work in their community, and take a look at the applications and think about nominating them, please.
And since we don't see any, I was just going to say, since we don't see any questions, hold on. Can we share about scholarships? Yes. The scholarship application is up online, and it is open to anybody. Anybody can apply. They just need to fill out the questionnaire, and our scholarships are partial scholarships, which will help cover part of your registration fee. The travel and hotel is still on the individual attendee, and the amount we can scholarship kind of depends on how many applicants we get. So right now we can't say how much we can give each applicant, but we'll review all the applications, and our goal is to give everybody who applies something. And showcase will be on Friday morning and 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Friday. That is correct. Thanks, Sam. It's nice to see you on the webinar. They'll also be set up Thursday during the exhibit hall grand opening, and but we're not requiring them to be staffed during that time, but they will be up, and attendees can walk around and look at them. And our conference website is up and running. It's full of a ton of information, so feel free to check that out, and like I mentioned, feel free to email myself or Amy as well.
So Tiffany, Marcus, and I just want to thank you all and Megan, sorry Megan, we'll conclude you, in taking your time to participate in this kickoff webinar. The conference really wouldn't be possible or successful without the volunteers, local support on committees, and all the great ideas and suggestions that folks like you provide us each year. So thank you for being a champion of service learning and for supporting NYLC in the National Service Learning Conference. We can't wait to see you in DC because it's going to be cherry blossom time again. So thank you for being with us tonight, and let us know if you have any questions and get your ideas on the GSN. We can't wait to read them. Thank you.
See you in DC.